you? I hope all are good. Today let me start SST chapter number 24 local self government in rural areas. जो है लोकल यानी कि जो रूरल एरियाज होते हैं, गांव होते हैं, उनमें जो सेल्फ गवर्नमेंट होती है जो वो खुद बनाते हैं. ठीक है, आइए इसके बारे में पढ़ते हैं. लेट्स स्टार्ट. पंचायत. तो गांव में कौन सी वो होती है जो गवर्नमेंट होती है, वो पंचायत होती है. ठीक है. इन एंशिएंट टाइम 5 मेंबर्स वर इलेक्टेड अमंग द विलेज एल्डर्स टू फॉर्म अ काउंसिल. तो पंचायत का मतलब 5 पंच है ना, तो 5 सदस्य होते हैं उसमें. इट वाज कॉल्ड पंचायत विच मीन्स अ कमेटी ऑफ 5 मैन. तो एक समिति होती है 5 व्यक्तियों की, 5 आदमियों की. ठीक है. इट लुक्ड आफ्टर द अफेयर्स ऑफ द विलेज. दे मेंटेन पीस एंड ऑर्डर, लुक्ड आफ्टर द रोड्स, ब्रिजेस, हेल्थ, सैनिटेशन एटसेट्रा. तो वो सारी चीजों की देखभाल करते हैं, लाइक जैसे शहरों में होती है. गांव में सड़कें, सैनिटेशन, सफाई है नहीं, स्वास्थ्य के लिए ब्रिजेस वगैरह बनाने के लिए. They tried minor law and order cases and settled disputes. People considered the panchayats impartial and respected the panchayats और members. ठीक है. तो जो छोटे मोटे मसले होते हैं ना, जो गांव तक सीमित रहते हैं, कि जो वहां पे हल हो सकते हैं पंचायत में, तो वो वहां पे सॉल्व करते हैं उनको. Today the state government have passed the act to reorganize the panchayats. The number of panches or members of the panchayat varies from 7 to 15. One of them is head of the panchayat called मुखिया और सरपंच. तो जिनका हेड होता है उसको क्या बोला जाता है? या तो मुखिया बोला जाता है या सरपंच बोला जाता है, और या प्रधान. इन डिफरेंट स्टेट वुमेन आर आल्सो मेंबर्स ऑफ पंचायत. ठीक है. जो औरतें होती है ना, वो भी इसकी सदस्य होती हैं. कंपोजिशन ऑफ अ पंचायत. इन ऑलमोस्ट एवरी विलेज देयर इज ए ग्राम सभा, अ ग्राम पंचायत एंड न्याय पंचायत. और जो है गांव में क्या होती है? ग्राम सभा या तो ग्राम पंचायत होती है, न्याय पंचायत होती है. समटाइम्स अ ग्रुप ऑफ स्मॉल विलेजेस हैज अ कॉमन पंचायत. ठीक है. क्या होती है? कॉमन पंचायत होती है उसमें. ग्राम सभा. इन अ नंबर ऑफ स्टेट्स देयर आर ग्राम सभा और विलेज असेंबलीज. अ ग्राम सभा comprises all men and women of the village who have attained the age of 18 years. So the member of villages could be one or more than one. So the Gram Sabha meets at least twice a year. Gram Panchayat. The Gram Panchayat is the most important unit of local administration at the village level. It consists of 7 to 31 members elected by the members of the Gram Sabha among themselves. 1/3 of the total seats of the panchayats are filled by the women of the village. Seats are also reserved for scheduled castes and scheduled tribes. Okay, so if they are not elected, the government itself nominates such members. The term of the members is for 5 years. Next one is Nyaya Panchayat. The panchayat has a judicial wing called the Nyaya Panchayat. Generally, there is one Nyaya Panchayat for a number of villages. So each panchayat elect a member to the Nyaya Panchayat. No person can be a member of the Nyaya Panchayat and the Panchayat Samiti at the same time. The Nyaya Panchayat resolve minor disputes of the villagers such as petty thefts and trespassing. They can impose fines up to 100 rupees. Some panchayats have the powers to impose fine up to 500 rupees. So they cannot send a person to jail. They can try civil and revenue case of minor nature. Office bearers of the panchayat. In the majority of states, Gram Panchayat elects one of its members as sarpanch. He is also known as the pradhan, chairperson. He calls the meetings of the panchayat and presides over them. He is assisted by an apradhan, यानी कि क्या होता है वो? deputy chairperson, who is elected by the members of the panchayat. The appointment of the panchayat secretary or panchayat sevak is made by the deputy commissioner. He is a government to employee of the panchayat and draw a salary. So he maintains all the records and registers all the work done by the panchayat. He also prepares panchayat accounts. Generally, a secretary looks after the work of 2 or 3 panchayats. The works of the panchayat. अब पंचायत के वर्क क्या क्या होते हैं इसमें? The following works are performed by a village panchayat: construction and maintenance of village roads, pathway, bridges, or etc. Planting trees, construction and maintenance of village tanks and wells, provision of sanitation and drainage for the entire village, supply of clean drinking water, makes arrangements for street lights, and public places. तो सारे अरेंजमेंट जो है क्या कौन देखती है? पंचायत देखती है. Maintain record of births and deaths. Assist the government of official like tehsildars and patwaris in their official work. Supervise the work of government servants such as patwaris, chowkidar, okay, vaccinators, etc. Helps the police to trace the culprits or accused. Supervision of primary schools and आंगनवाड़ीज, तो उनका सुपरविजन करती है वो पंचायत. सोर्स ऑफ इनकम. द मेन सोर्सेज ऑफ इनकम ऑफ अ पंचायत इज थ्रू गवर्नमेंट. Nevertheless, they have been given some powers to levy taxes. The sources of their incomes are taxes on houses and land. घर और जमीन के टैक्स यानी कि कर. Profession और चूल्हा टैक्स. Taxes on fares. Tax on sale and purchase of cattle. Income from sale of public property. A share in some taxes and fees collected by the government. Sale of manure collected through compost pits. So government grants. Achievements of the पंचायती राज. अब इसके क्या क्या अचीवमेंट होते हैं? The directive principle of state policy instruct the state government to organize panchayats for the upliftment of the village people. Accordingly, the state governments have established village panchayats all over the country. Gandhi ji was also a staunch supporter of the Panchayat Raj movement. The achievement of Panchayati Raj are as under. The Panchayat system has, what is this? The Panchayat system has brought political and social awakening among the village people. It has encouraged the village people to take interest in government affairs. They elect their representatives to the panchayats. These persons then make decisions about the village affairs. 3. The panchayats have made efforts to remove illiteracy among the villagers by setting up literacy centers. यानी कि सब शिक्षित हो, अशिक्षित कोई न रहे. Okay, the panchayats have improved the quality of village life by looking after sanitation, health, education, and welfare activities of the villages. The deputy commissioner of a district supervises the work of the Panchayati Raj institutions in the district. He also coordinates their shortcomings of Gram Panchayat. The Panchayat has the responsibilities of every type of development at village level, but it suffers from many shortcomings. The Panchayats lack financial resources. The taxes levied by them are too meager. The state government do not give them sufficient grants. In such a situation, the panchayats cannot become financially self-sufficient. So, secondly, the government official unnecessarily interfere in the affairs of the panchayats. Thirdly, the panchayats are generally riddled with petty politics. So, strong caste feeling have considerably checked the growth of the panchayats. Generally, dishonest and corrupt persons manage to become the members of panchayat. So these corrupt people work for their own benefit and not for the welfare of people. यानी कि कुछ लोग ऐसे होते हैं जो केवल अपने फायदे के लिए काम करते हैं. उसमें क्या होता है, जो पैसा आता है गवर्नमेंट से, जो सरकार से पैसा आता है, उसको अपने मतलब निजी उसमें पर्सनल उसमें लगा लेती है काम में. गांव वालों को ये जो वो काम होने चाहिए वो नहीं हो पाते. ठीक है. ब्लॉक ऑफ पंचायत समिति. द ब्लॉक समिति इज मिडिल टायर ऑफ द पंचायत सिस्टम. ठीक है. ब्लॉक समिति क्या है? एक मिडिल टायर है किसका? पंचायत सिस्टम का. इट इज नोन बाय डिफरेंट नेम्स इन डिफरेंट स्टेट्स. एग्जांपल, पंचायत समिति, खंड समिति और प्रदेश समिति. सो एज दिस a samiti is organized on block level. It is also called block samiti. The strength of a block samiti depends on the number of villages. It consists of 20 to 60 villages depending on area and population. Composition. The block samiti members are not directly elected by the people. They are elected by all the sarpanch. ठीक है. ये सरपंच के द्वारा चुने जाते हैं और प्रधान ऑफ द विलेज पंचायत. Besides all the members of the Lok Sabha, Rajya Sabha, the Legislative Assembly and the Legislative Council who are elected from the block concerned are also the members of the block samiti. So in addition, every samiti must have 2 women representatives and 4 representatives of the scheduled caste and scheduled tribes. In case no such representative is elected, then their appointment is made by a district officer. Electing a chairman and vice chairman, गांव में होते हैं ये chairman और vice chairman. The block chairman and the vice chairman are elected by the members of the block committee. The chairman or the block pramukh looks after the work of the block committee. If he mismanages the affairs of the committee, he can be removed by the members of the committee by passing a vote of no confidence against him. So the vice chairman performs the duties of the chairman in his absence. The block development officer of the area acts as the secretary of the block committee. The term of the block committee is 5 years. So Jila Parishad, the topmost level of the Panchayat Raj is the Jila Parishad at the district level. It examines and coordinates the activities of the block committees in a districts. It also serves as a link between the state government and the block committees within a district. The Jila Parishad also advises the state government in carrying out the development schemes in a district. Difficulties faced by panchayats. The village people have been trained by the panchayats in self-government, but they have achieved only limited success in this work. So there are following reasons for this. A majority of people in villages are poor, illiterate and backward. So they do not take much interest in the work of panchayats. क्योंकि जब अनपढ़ होते हैं, पढ़े लिखे नहीं होते, इन चीजों का ज्ञान नहीं होता, समझ नहीं पाते कि क्या चीज सही है क्या गलत है और हमें क्या योगदान अपना देना चाहिए. The panchayats do not receive much income from local sources. The government does not give them sufficient grants and aid. As a result, the panchayats cannot implement their plans for the upliftment of the village. Government officials interfered unduly in the affairs of the panchayats, block committees and the Jila Parishads. The panchayat system at all the 3 levels is riddled with petty politics. This factor also hampers the growth of the Panchayati Raj. Generally, corrupt and dishonest people manage to become members of the Panchayati Raj. They exploit people for their personal and selfish interests. So, they do not work for the benefit of the common people. Rural administration, law and order. There is a chowkidar in each Panchayat and a police station in several villages. है ना, जैसे पुलिस चौकी होती है ना. All person of that area can register complaints in the police station. Example: theft, injury, accident, land dispute, etc. So the report lodged is called first information report, यानी कि FIR. To get a case registered, one has to report in writing at the police station. Then the police examine the case and take action as per law. Chowkidar take care of village and report police station in case of any incident. Maintenance of land records. Land is the main source of income in villages. है ना, गांव में क्या होता है, लैंड ही ऐसा सोर्स है, खेती होती है वहां पे, उसके अलावा तो ऐसे कोई फैक्ट्रीज और कारखाने नहीं होते हैं. सो डिस्प्यूट्स माइट ओकर बिटवीन विलेजर्स रिलेटेड टू लैंड. कई बार जमीन को, भूमि को लेकर विवाद खड़े हो जाते हैं. फॉर दिस गवर्नमेंट हैज एस्टैब्लिश्ड ए हायर चेन ऑफ ऑफिसर्स who supervise and help in case of any dispute. At village level, a patwari appointed by the government is responsible for measuring land and keeping land records of an area covering several villages. The duty of a patwari is to maintain and update land records of the village. The patwari is known by different names in different states. Example: Lekpal Karamchari. The patwari is also responsible for measurement of crops, land and collection of revenue. He has to update data regularly. There is a tehsil at block level. Each tehsil has a tehsildar or naib tehsildar. In case of any land dispute, the patwari reports to the tehsildar and he assists him at tehsil level. So further, the district collector is in charge of the whole district. पूरे जिले का कौन इंचार्ज होता है? डिस्ट्रिक्ट कलेक्टर. देयर इज अ रेवेन्यू डिपार्टमेंट ऑफ द गवर्नमेंट एट द स्टेट लेवल एंड सीनियर ऑफिशियल्स सुपरवाइज द रेवेन्यू collection. Moreover, tehsildar or naib tehsildar supervise the work of the patwari and ensures that the records are updated and land revenue is collected properly. So in case some farmers need copies of land record, he can get these from the patwari. Some instances have come to light about patwaris harassing villagers who need copies of land record. So some have been accused of taking bribes for giving copies of these documents. A new law, Hindu Succession Amendment Act 2005. तो इसमें क्या है? Is related to the inheritance of land property. Before the amendment, landed property of a family was distributed only among male children. So, therefore, daughters were ignored simply because after their marriage. किसका मतलब वो फिर सारी संपत्ति किसकी है? बेटे की है. शादी के बाद बेटी का कोई मतलब नहीं रहता तो उसमें उसका कोई अधिकार नहीं है. So, daughter becomes member of another family. Now, by an amendment to the Hindu Succession Act 2005, sons, daughters and mothers are equally entitled to get their share in पैटर्नल प्रॉपर्टी, है ना. जो मम्मी है, भाई है, बेटियां हैं, वो सब जो है इक्वली उनका उसमें अधिकार है प्रॉपर्टी में. हाउ आर लैंड रिकॉर्ड्स मेंटेन? दिस इज द रिकॉर्ड ऑफ खसरा 9 ऑफ विलेज सरोली उदयपुर डिस्ट्रिक्ट. By the खसरा anyone can identify their plot. It can help in identifying the land of Madhu, Ram and सुरेश. तो देखिए यहाँ पे एक पूरा चार्ट बना हुआ है, इसको आप रीड कर लीजिएगा. दिस इज ये एक तरह से जो लैंड होती है उसका चार्ट है. सो ऑल टॉपिक्स आर कवर्ड हियर. आई होप यू ऑल आर वेरी वेल अंडरस्टैंड दिस चैप्टर. थैंक यू. वी विल मीट यू इन नेक्स्ट क्लास.